Hello, namaste. How are you all today? Today we are doing practice 6. And those who have not seen last 5 practice videos, I request them to check description box of this video. You will find link of practice playlist and please go through all those videos first and then come to this video. That way it would be easier for you. In today's practice, we are practicing intricate rajvadi style Mehndi design. In today's video, whatever embellishment filler elements I am using, I have already taught them or demonstrated them in my first embellishment video. And those who does not have seen that video, please check description box. That link also you will find in description box. And for them who wants to know which paper I am using for my practice, yes, I am using normal A4 size printing paper. Our today's practice is actually a very simple one for our very beginner students. But advanced students should not feel disappointed by this because they can level up same practice with the use of level up challenging filler elements. Today we are using simple paisley in our practice. And so far we have not used this shape in our any practices. This is very simple paisley and for that also we will follow same rule that I told you for leaf shape. That if you are not comfortable drawing paisley with one stroke, then use center reference line and then draw paisley in two parts. Otherwise you can miss the joint point and it could go off center. I have already created video on how to draw paisleys. The tutorial video and if you have not seen that tutorial, then video link you can find in description box. I always ask all of you that first watch all videos in tutorial playlist and embellishment playlist and then come to practice. That way it's very easy for all of you to follow what I am doing in practice videos. If possible, practice drawing these paisleys in all direction. Today we will create one big but simple motif. Usually in intricate Indian style Mehndi, we draw big motif and then fill it with small delicate filler elements. We will create that motif based on circle. It's very important to draw perfect circle, then only it will look nice. If you face difficulty drawing perfect circle, then the way I have drawn reference line first, same way you can draw reference line first and then draw circle on top of it. Now around this circle, we will create a big motif using round petals and paisleys. And I will start drawing it with paisley. Then you can arrange round petals like this around it. With all this, we will give flower look to our motif. And if you want, you can use this motif near elbow or on palm where we have sufficient space to arrange big element. As you can see, I am drawing all big shapes first, then I will fill them with small elements. Usually I use very faint line, but if here I do so, then you won't be able to see the lines clearly through camera. That's why I have used dark lines today. Usually first we fill it with filler elements and then we give dark bold lines to it. Then you can draw this type of border to give progress to design. So as you can see, we have created one motif in this way. Now we will decorate this motif with the use of different filler elements. This is very simple motif I have created today, and as I said, keeping all beginners in consideration, I planned this practice. With this you can practice your filler elements and all these shapes too. We are using very simple chessboard checks here in this circle, And that's why I said earlier that if advanced students wants, they can experiment with all these filler elements and can level up this design. Try to draw complete elements whenever you practice. Don't draw anything half-heartedly and complete all the lines. It's not enough to learn like only filler elements by themselves, but it's equally important to draw them and how to layer them perfectly. And that's why it's important to practice these types of designs, and that teach us how to layer elements, and with use of all these elements how to create one beautiful design. Once you are done with filler element, then you can darken the line so you get that finishing. And if whenever you have adjacent petal, that time always give cover line to it, then it will give more effective look. I know today's practice is very simple, and that's why you don't need more explanation, and that's why I would suggest that if you have cone and paper ready, then practice with me the way I am trying. And if you find I am going little bit faster, and that time you can pause the video and you can complete your drawing and then come back again. Now whenever I have multiple petals in one cluster, I always try to use similar filler elements for opposite petals, because I like the look of symmetry, and that's why I avoid using many different elements in one clustered design. That's my personal choice. I don't like using so many different elements in narrow proximity. So many times I just used same elements in alternate petal or opposite facing petals. As I said, it's my personal choice, and I know everyone has different liking. So in the manner you can follow your liking. Whenever you are filling any elements, try to fill it completely, even those tiny corners too. You can draw anything like dots or lines to just give pretentious element, but try to fill it anyway. Then it will look more beautiful and complete. Like here you can see I don't have enough space, even though I just pretend to complete cover lines. Now when I am drawing thick line, that I am trying to draw outside the shape. Now I will use same filler element for these two petals. Okay, now whatever element we will use in this paisley, we will try to layer them. I want to use that simple dot leaves in this paisley. Let's see where can I use it. I think here I can use it. Actually, the cone I am using today is little bit old, and that's why it has air bubbles and water bubbles, and due to those bubbles my lines actually breaking today. But consistency is still good, so I don't want to throw it away. I want to finish it up. Okay, now for this bottom part I can feel those tiny checks, or I think I can fill both the surrounding area with tiny checks. That will complement the bold leaves. And whenever you make tiny checks, always be careful, because it happens that the second layer does not touch your skin, and that happens when your paste is thick. And in that scenario, when you get color, you will see only like first layer has stained while another layer has not stained properly. So always be careful whenever you create these tiny checks. And it had happened with me, so sharing my experience. Okay, now let's give it dark lines so it will look very beautiful. Now in this paisley, what should we make? Okay, let's start from head part of this paisley. It's not necessary that we always have to start from base only. We can start from head part too. Whenever you create intricate designs, always remember to use some element that has empty spaces in between. Like if you see these checks, it has empty space. Then in this paisley, these petals have empty space. And in this round petals have empty space. Here around vine we have empty space, and in this paisley this swirl has empty space. So whenever you use empty space element with intricate design, then you can see them very clearly whenever you see the design, and that enhances the beauty of entire design. If you use only very tiny elements like next to each other, then it won't give any look of like any elements. It will look like a random filler elements. So always remember this, to use complementing elements. Now as you can see that with use of simple elements we created very beautiful motif. We only used circle, round petal and paisley, and see how beautiful with the use of filler element this entire composition look. If you want, you can copy this entire motif in your design, or you can use a half motif too. With the layering of other element, you can create a beautiful design. If you see this, then you will feel it's so simple, but it will look more beautiful only when you use all shape with perfection and filler elements with neatness. Now these two borders I have drawn here as a progression element that you can fill with any checks or filler elements of your choice. I am not completing them as I want you to complete them, and that's the challenge I am leaving for today for all of you. I drew it because I wanted you to understand how you can progress your design. This is like one of the example. Now with your imagination and creation, you can come up with something more beautiful, and I have full trust on all of you that you all will create something very beautiful with this idea. So till you all are practicing this, I take your leave now and prepare another video. So all of you please keep practicing. Bye bye everyone. Take care. See you. Love you. Bye bye. Thank you.